Hello, hello, hello. Hooligan Soccer Podcast coming at you on a Monday morning after an enthralling weekend of MLS Decision Day, Premier League upsets, and it just keeps going on. And as we're rolling through, and Champions League kicks off tomorrow, so we're going to be focusing on the Champions League match week 3 on Tuesday and Wednesday with myself, Gary Striker, and as always, the Qooligan, who's got his Ajax shirt on, which is great to see, but I don't think you're going to be...
If I'm wearing Ajax, then it's a Champions League podcast, Gary.
I'm glad we know that. But you don't have the strongest of sentiments for Ajax right now as well in terms of their possibility of getting over.
I have sentiments, and they're pretty strong.
Not positive ones,
but this is a family-friendly podcast, and I'm going to keep it civil.
Indeed. Okay, let's get into it. So we're match week 3. Qooligan, there's so much going on at the moment, so as we discussed. So let's try and keep this tight and focused. So on Tuesday's games for the Champions League, we have Barcelona are hosting Olympiakos. This was the first. I think this is one of the early games as well. Is it an early game?
Yeah, it's an early game. Yeah.
I just see 3-0 Barcelona written all over this as well. I just don't think Olympiakos.
I think it could be higher. I don't give Olympiakos much hope. And I think the only thing that the real narrative here is whether or not Evangelos is going to make the flight down to Barcelona and execute some managerial bloodletting in the aftermath of this match. That is the only real storyline of any drama that will happen other than Barcelona scoring a lot of goals.
Isn't it fascinating? Like all the narrative stuff we've been doing, it's just basically we're following this guy. We're following the owner of Olympiakos more than the actual what's going on the pitch, right? He is a character. He's a real personality, right?
Oh yeah.
So, yes.
No. He's and you know he's he's gritty. Let's just go with that word. He's a gritty operative, so one will be curious to see. But I think in terms of what's going to happen on the field, it's a Barcelona. It should be a Barcelona bloodbath.
It should be. After the bloodbath that happened. After 17 minutes after that final whistle firing Ange Postecoglou as well. So that was.
Now my reports say 19, but I think the minutes don't really matter all that much.
The decision was made at halftime. Yeah, clearly.
The decision was made when he left after the second goal.
It was the 60th minute.
Marinakis walked out of the stadium. He walked out of his booth.
Yeah, out of his booth. But do you think he's in the back and he's on the phone holding his team? Right, guys, we're doing this.
Absolutely, 100%.
We're pulling the plug.
100%. He's doing that.
Prepare the communications as well. So let's see if we can get any have a better Tuesday.
I mean, he leaves the public view. He goes back to his whatever office, and I shudder at what the decor of that looks like. And it immediately calls in all of the bloodletters and the Axemen, and is like, all right.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing this.
Here we go.
Okay, right. I want communications. I want a press release as well. That's it as well. Get onto the agent who's available. Let's start picking up replacements. But anyway, okay. So I think we'll do that. Now, here's another one that's going to be interesting. You've got Arsenal are hosting Atletico Madrid, and this is going to be an interesting one, I have to say. This is not an easy win, although Arsenal have got a perfect record at the moment, and Atletico, I think they've won one, lost one, if I'm sort of correct in thinking that. Atletico, they won their last game. You are
correct in thinking that, yes.
Yeah, so this one's going to be a tight game. This is one of those ones, we've got Diego Simeone back from his suspension after getting suspended after this second match. I believe it was at Liverpool, right? I think he got suspended for that one.
When you charge into the stands to take on a foul-mouthed Scouser, you're going to get a card.
You're going to get a card. So he's back, and now he's back in England, and going to be against his Spanish compatriot Mikel Arteta. No love lost there as well, being obviously from Catalonia versus the Atletico, the Madrid side here. This is not going to be an easy game for Arsenal.
I think it's going to be even harder for Atletico, and you know, I don't know Simeone's total record against playing against English teams, but certainly against Liverpool, you know, they were effective, cynical but effective. And I expect to see a similar type of play here. The big, again, for me, it's not about what's happening on the pitch. It's what's happening in the stands, because you know that the Gooners are going to be all over him.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be there's going to be verbiage hurled at that guy that would make a normal person just blush, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the big question is whether or not he'll have his Apple translator pod in and he can even understand what they're saying to him. But I have a funny feeling there are probably enough Gooner fans out there who speak good enough Spanish to be able to get into his ear. But no, I would not anticipate Simeone playing any differently than he did against Liverpool. But surprisingly, I think Arsenal have a far more dynamic team right now,
mm-hmm.
and should be able to handle it. And I do think I don't think it's going to be as difficult as you think it is. I think they're actually going to win by 2.
You think Arsenal are going to win by 2? That's what you think Arsenal are going to win there.
Absolutely.
I mean, the one thing you have to call out is, Arsenal's defensive record this season has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
So it's stellar, and if Atletico does something, it's going to be through a heroic individual effort or a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Atletico dominating the possession and building out beautiful goals.
Mm-hmm.
I see an individual like Alcaraz, right, doing something magical and just hitting a banger.
Alvarez or Alcaraz?
Sorry, Alvarez. My bad.
Yep.
Yes, Alvarez, not Alcaraz.
Wrong sports.
That's wrong. Yeah. Same country, wrong sport. It's okay. We'll next time we'll get them both right. But yeah, that's what I anticipate.
I agree. I think Arsenal will win this one 2-0, but it's gonna, and then it'll get messy.
I was going 2. I'm stealing my thunder yet again.
Well, there we go.
We'll both go 2-0.
There'll be a red card in there. There'll be a red card as well, right? 2-0 and then red card. Atletico somewhere along.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about the red card. You're going with the red card. I'm not going to be that bold. I'm not going to
guaranteed to get red cards when Atletico play. That's for sure.
Okay. Right.
Leverkusen against PSG. Leverkusen, who I worry about them. They had it all. They've obviously 2 seasons ago champions of Germany, and now they're playing against PSG, having lost Xavi Alonso as their manager, as we know, and also as well some good players as well that they've had that have all been asset stripped as well. So I do wonder what's going to happen to Leverkusen, particularly here. But do you have any thoughts here on this PSG? Think PSG turn up and absolutely dominate, or?
Yeah. They're in Leverkusen though, correct? Or yeah.
Yes, they are.
PSG's on the road.
So, yes.
I think that is the one twist that could give Leverkusen the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They do perform well at home. They have a really rabid following. I think it's going to be really loud and disruptive for PSG. Should PSG be able to handle it? Yes. And do I expect them to capitulate? No. But I do think this has the potential to be one of the best games of the day. In terms of spiciness, in terms of skill, in terms of lead changes, I think that this is what has all of the cards are stacked in for this being the game of the day.
Mm-hmm. It is worth pointing out that PSG's form has not been so great the last 2 games. They've drawn their last 2 games. They still have quite some injuries. They drew against Strasbourg 3-3 on the weekend. No Dembele, no Kavicha. So they are without some of their superstars. Like Kavicha did come on as a sub, but no, Hakimi didn't start. So maybe they were resting with this Champions League game in mind. Although it does look like they actually fielded less substitutes than they were actually eligible to as well. So they maybe have a bit of an injury crisis as well.
I agree. And I think all that's going to come into play, right? I mean, Enrique knows in these championship games, you don't have to win every time, right? You just have to do enough. And he's a savvy enough operator that if he's got injury problems, he may field a secondary team and see how they do and not worry about it. Leverkusen's form's actually been pretty good. Not necessarily their Champions League form, but otherwise they've been winning comfortably. So yeah, good game. I can't even really call who's going to be there because I just want to sit down and watch it in real time without any preconceived notions and enjoy.
Just
no, really,
watch it entertaining.
Because I think it could. I really think this is the one. This is the one to watch.
It could be an open game. I agree. It will be definitely an entertaining game. And then the last game that we're going to touch on as well on the Tuesday is Newcastle are hosting Benfica. Newcastle's form has been a little bit touch and go. I feel like they're struggling a little bit here as well. I really do feel like Newcastle have been struggling. They've not been as dominant as they have been. They're definitely missing Isak for sure. I mean, it's definitely sort of looking interesting. I mean, even at the weekend as well.
Are they though? Are they? Because Voltemade has actually been scoring. All right, let's not be too harsh. I mean, are they missing Isak? Of course. You lose a player like Isak, you always miss him. But Nick has come in and he is playing the role that he was asked to fill. Let's be fair. All right, it's not about him. It's about the rest of the team, and I don't want to attribute the rest of the team's malaise or underperformance or anything to the fact that Isak's going away. It's not a marriage. All right, it wasn't as if it's not like their spouse died. No, they're not grieving. There's just something else at play. They're not clicking on other levels. I don't know whether Howe is having problems in the locker room. I don't know if he's having, I don't know exactly what it is. All I know is that they are more fragile. They're more fragile now. And could be susceptible to a Benfica team that comes straight out. And let's not forget, it's Jose, I will stick a knife in your back, Mourinho, who's going to be coming in and loves himself a little bit of shithouse.
Loves these games. These games.
I would expect to see all of the stops being pulled on the Benfica side to do whatever they can to get under Newcastle's skin.
Yeah, I agree. Well, again, Newcastle lost at the weekend to Brighton. So again, Newcastle, they've only won 2 this season in the league, drawn 3, lost 3. So their form has not been good.
They're not in great form. And when it comes to, and they are performing better in the Champions League, right? They have at least they do have a win. Granted, that was against USG on the road, a game that I was predicting them to lose, but they turned it around. So, it's almost as if this is a bit of a coin toss for me. I can't quite figure out what's going to go in. But if I was hard pressed, I'd give Benfica the edge on a 2-1.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Qooligan, as well. I don't think Newcastle do this, and I think Mourinho is going to be causing problems, doing Jose things as well. There's sort of questionable sort of tactics. I think they're going to get through. Okay, and then
you don't want to talk about Manchester City against Villarreal.
We do or we don't. I mean,
listen.
Manchester City.
I'm going to say one thing about this. This is my hot take of the pod. Right, it's my hot take. Pep Guardiola is going to overthink this game, and they're going to draw.
Interesting.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
He's gonna get into Pep mode. He's gonna scratch out whatever remaining follicles he's got left on the top of his head, and he's gonna somehow muck up the system that City has been using. He's
gonna screw it up as well. Yeah.
And and they're gonna draw. That's my hot take.
Okay. I think when you've got Haaland in the form he's in up front, it doesn't matter. He's just going to bang in goals for you. I think he's going to absolutely
and they've had games where Haaland has done that and they haven't won. And I'm thinking this is one of those.
They are becoming a little bit over dependent on Haaland, or just maybe he's just such a beast that he just scores so many goals that it just distorts all the other metrics and the numbers as well, right?
It is the latter. He is in the world of statistics, he's an anomaly. He is such an outlier. He is such an outlier that as soon as you put him into any data set, the whole thing goes completely arse over tits.
Out there on the right. Yeah, exactly. He's up there, top right. That's it. Yeah.
There it is.
It's like, who is this guy? Yeah. How much is he being paid? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I honestly, I just think looking at Villarreal's form as well, I think City comfortably sort of cruise through this one. But
all right,
I'll take your
we'll see
your
who's
hot
right
take on this one.
We'll see who's right.
Okay, and then moving over to Wednesday's games, the first one as well, the one that interests me the most in this one is the Spurs against Monaco. This is an interesting one. I do feel that Monaco are not to be taken lightly. I know they've only got 1 point here, but they are not to be taken lightly as well, particularly with the way Ansu Fati is playing, obviously on loan from Barcelona. I think we're still waiting to see whether Paul Pogba actually gets his first start, although he'll be, still getting back up to match fitness now that he's agreed to stay there and play there. But I think Monaco have a real chance here, and I don't think this is going to be an easy one for Spurs. I think this will be 1-0. I think this is 1-0 Spurs, 1-0 Monaco.
Yeah, I'm going to go higher. I think this is a shootout, and I think it's going to be a 3-2 Monaco. I do think Monaco wins.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Tottenham, oh wow, aren't they just you can take the manager out of Spurs, but you can't take the Spursiness out of the team. You just can't. And they have so many great moments where they just shine.
Yeah.
And then they just have so many moments where you tilt your head and go, what is going on? I just don't know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they were in great form, and then to lose to Aston Villa on the weekend as well, it was a tough one considering Aston Villa are sort of putting a bit of a run together, right?
That's because of Buendia, the magic super. He's the super sub. He's the John Duran of right. He's the Duran of 2025 for them.
That's right. Yeah, he's got them
coming off the bench, hitting bangers. I mean, wow,
incredible! Hey, absolutely incredible. Yep. Okay, so we think both Monaco have got this one in Monaco. They're flying into Monaco. And then Qooligan, I think the one I will be watching, and I don't know if you'll be watching as well, but my team against your team, Chelsea, are hosting
I will not
Ajax.
be wasting my time by watching that match.
No,
thank you, Gary. No,
Ajax don't stand a chance.
This is not a match.
Yeah.
No, this is not a match. This is listen, if Chelsea does not win by 2 goals, somebody should be killed. I mean,
something's
come on.
Wrong with
This is as comfortable and easy a fixture as Chelsea will have, until they play Wolverhampton.
Until they have that, yeah. I think.
All right. And Chelsea, I think Wolves will give them more of a fight. Listen, Ajax are just not good right now.
So what is going on? So what is it? Do they not have any wonder kids, or
I haven't even looked. No, I just haven't. I haven't wasted my time. Sorry.
Oh wow.
No, there are teams out there that just sometimes don't perform. Right now, Ajax is one of those teams.
It's just not in that form as well, right? Yeah, and they lost on the weekend as well by the looks of it to AZ Alkmaar as well. Lost 2-0. They've been, this is
no offense, but AZ's not a terrible team.
Yeah, they're right? Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
No, AZ's been strong for years now, and so I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah.
No, they're sitting in 4th place right now in the Eredivisie, which is
it was a very Ajax like. Yeah, Ajax should be dominating as the way they are. I'm just looking at their squad as well. I mean, Wout Weghorst is one of their sort of more dominant strikers, right? And if you've got a 33-year-old 6'6", Dutch guy,
for a team like Ajax to have a player like Wout out as their main guy, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's
this is a team that develops their players, gives them opportunities. Yes, they do rely on the transfer window. They rely on bringing people in all the time, but those people are rarely 33-year-old strikers. And like real traditional stagnant number 9s.
Yeah,
because that's what he is. He's an old school dinosaur of a 9.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to disrespect him because he's very good at what he does. But let's be honest, he's not that, right? He's not what we normally think of with Ajax, which is your fluid, dynamic player, your attacker that can be comfortable on either side and is capable of making dummy runs and all sorts of. That's not what.
That's not the.
No.
No, he's definitely not that. It's speaking with you, I'm actually filled with a little bit more confidence as well than this. I know Chelsea seem to be putting a bit of a string and run together, which is wonderful to see. However,
well, I mean, I do think that if you're a betting person, the over/under whether they get another red card, they've got 5 and 6 matches.
Jesus,
will they get a red card here? And if it happens early, they're screwed, right? As you've said, they've broken the curse of red card equals loss. They had a period of time where every time they got a red card, they'd suffer something. Now they're getting red cards late in the game when it's already been decided.
And
this is a problem disciplinary wise. And if it keeps happening, eventually they're going to run out of players. But
wow, who would have thought? You're saying this about Chelsea as well. They're going to run out of players. This is maybe, they definitely do have a disciplinary issue as well. And even on the weekend as well, just stupid red cards as well. If you remember the game before against Liverpool,
why do you need to do that when you're 3-0 up?
Why do you need to do that? Exactly. Why
do you need to do that?
Yeah, it is interesting. There was also, I think, Chelsea's lineup it's hard at the moment to question who's going to be starting for Chelsea, I have to say, because I mean, Maresca made 3 good substitutions at halftime this weekend. It took off Garnacho, who just didn't feature. Garnacho did not play as well. Gittins doesn't look any good. Esteval came on for a little bit. He was okay. Mark Gui. No, this is the one, the Chelsea striker, the Spanish striker.
I think it's called Gui or something like that.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, but it's there's not to be confused with the Crystal Palace defender, Mark Gui.
Thank you, because that's what you keep doing, and it's messing me up.
I do that, yeah. So it's going to be hard to sort of determine and try and pick what Chelsea's sort of best starting 11 is. Although I will say Pedro Neto is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's been wonderful.
He is on fine form, and Reece James as well. A goal and assist, both of them. So they did really well. Yeah, I think this is going to be a comfortable 3-0, 3-1. Chelsea's defense is still.
Oh, they should get at least 3. They should get at least 3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope so. Frankfurt are hosting Liverpool now. This is also one I'm going to have an eye on, because
I will be watching this game.
Yeah. Now, is this Frankfurt? A couple of things, right? Frankfurt, basically, you've got Ekitike, who used to play for Frankfurt, obviously will be now playing against his own team if he starts, although I don't think he featured too much in that.
He did not start
against,
and he did not start yesterday, no.
And so are we seeing a little bit of obviously it's a wobble from Liverpool here. This is now 4 games in a row, all competitions they have lost, 4 losses, 3 in the league, and then 1 in the Champions League.
Do you even think this is a question? No, of course it's not a question. Liverpool are absolutely struggling.
There's absolutely a struggling.
100%.
But when does it become, is it just a little, when does it go from a blip to a bit of temporary downform to an actual crisis, sort of like this is like Manchester City-esque crisis?
This is neither blip nor crisis. This is just terrible, terrible form. Yeah. And it happens, right? And because here's the thing. Not every dip in form is a crisis. Sometimes these things just happen, and they are clearly happening in Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
Here's the one good thing though. Frankfurt are equally bad right now. So, I mean, in the Bundesliga, they're sitting in 7th. They've got 3 losses in their last 5. All right. And notwithstanding a 6-4 win over Mönchengladbach, 4 weeks ago, they haven't done anything other than that beatdown of Galatasaray.
Yeah, which was
fine. Listen, that can happen. Galatasaray is one of those teams where they either eke by you by 1 goal or you wipe the floor with them. That's about the only 2 sides of the coin they had.
Yeah.
So no, I really do genuinely believe that if there was to be a soft landing for Liverpool, it would be in Frankfurt.
This is it. Yeah, this is that chance.
Yeah, right? No, I think this is their chance. This is the one where Arne sits down and goes, all right, let's figure out what we can do. And this will be the telling game, because if they don't win here, then you might be able to start talking in crisis language. That is something because then it's 5 losses in a row.
It's a lot, yeah. It's never happened.
That's a lot.
And when was the last time Liverpool lost 5 games in a row? That is
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
That is
It's been a while.
big problem that they have all of a sudden. Then it suddenly becomes a crisis and psychological. But you can see Slot all of a sudden getting a little bit tetchy in his post-match conferences.
Yeah,
it's going to be challenging. Okay, so we think, you think Liverpool get that? I think that's probably got to. Yeah, I think Liverpool.
No, I do think Liverpool.
I do think
Liverpool. No, I'm going 3-1. I actually think they're going to respond. I think this is the one where they're going to bounce.
Yeah. Okay. And then looking through some of the other final two games as well that are most appealing to us, Real Madrid are hosting Juventus, which
this is a final, right? I mean, again, this is one of those finals, semifinals, right? That gets in the middle. I don't think this is as interesting. I'm going to be perfectly fair. This is, I think Real will take it. But I'm not excited about this game personally.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
It's funny, isn't it? When you do have these, I'm not going to call them knockout rounds, but these sort of like early phase, it's not as important, it seems, right?
It's not.
And especially,
exactly.
It's not as important. I will say though, Juventus, though, the last 4 games, drawn 3, lost 1. They've only got 1 win in the last 5. So Juventus's form is concerned. They lost to Lake Como, says Fabregas Como, this weekend 2-0.
I mean, Como's beating everybody right now.
Yeah,
so this is not much of a surprise.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Real Madrid comfortably get this one, probably 2-0, 2-1. It will be hard to score, although I do like that. Is it Yilmaz, who is that young Turkish forward that Juventus have as well?
He's great.
Yeah.
Fun little player.
Very, very good young player. Yeah, very good young player. I'll be watching him.
And Real have done well, and they're Real, and everybody.
Well, they're top of the league at the moment. It's Real.
But here's the thing, Clásico. El Clásico's this weekend. You really think that they're looking at this?
Oh, they have a Clásico this weekend? Oh, okay. That's exciting.
You really think that this is the game? No. I think you see a lot of the Real stars resting on this one because they know that the Clásico is more important. Barcelona's got 4 Clásicos in a row under their belt. They don't want Barcelona to get a 5th.
Wow.
I really think they're not looking at this game. They're looking ahead.
They're going to manage that as well. And Barcelona lost their last game as well in the Champions League as well, just in terms of their form, right? So they lost to.
I'm just saying, if you're looking at this one, I don't see Real really pulling out all the stops here against Juventus. I think they'll make a show of it. They'll make a show of it. They may even win, but they are not going to be fielding their A team up on here and risking anything happening against for next week. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then, I think actually, Real Madrid should comfortably get through this one 2-1, I think would be there. Now, this is the other game, and this is my new, sort of team that I really do enjoy watching is Marseille. As we joked last time when we talked about, we called them the river, not the the port rats, right? Yeah, the dock rats. As well. This team,
one of the two, it doesn't matter.
This ragtag team who are currently sitting top of Ligue 1. Okay, their players, and again, they've just sort of Mason Greenwood now obviously has had an epic fall from grace, has really found his form. Rumor has it Barcelona are going to be keeping tabs on him and looking to also sort of bring him in as well. But I mean, just looking at this, just the team, Timo Weah, the American striker that they have, they've got Aubameyang, they've got
Weah's never going to touch the field, not after that other guy showed up.
That forward, was it Amin Giouri, wasn't it? Is it that one, the Algerian? Was it? I believe it was him who scored in their last game in the Champions League. But again, just looking at this, they beat Half 6-2. They are free scoring. They are banging in the goals. Yeah, they beat Ajax, didn't they? It was Igor Piakcho who was the other was the player, the Brazilian Pajau. This young Brazilian as well, right? He looks pretty good, pretty good.
Oh no, so, I mean this whole team is made up of cast-offs from other clubs.
Yeah,
it is.
But they've all found
Aubameyang, Maupay.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to call Weah a cast-off, but it's like Højbjerg out of the Danish guy. No, this is like, hey, give me this
is the orphanage. This is where all the orphanage is. It's an orphanage team, isn't it? Right? It really is. And they're doing wonders.
Let us not forget that Jason Bourne also washed up on the shores of Marseille of Marseille and ended up going on a massive killing spree. So who knows? They could be the Jason Bourne of be the Jason Bourne of the Champions League.
For a second there, I was racking my brain saying, which player does Jason Bourne play for? Who is he talking about? But of course, you've gone Hollywood. You've gone Hollywood.
I'm talking about Hollywood. And before that, it was a Robert Ludlum novel. So
it was.
Yes, it's a pot boiler thriller. But
yeah,
no, I mean it's great. You're right to call out this match as a good one, right?
Yeah, I'll say
Aubameyang is on fire after after scoring tons of goals for Gabon and then getting a red card. So joyful. Anyway, I like it, and I do think Marseille has a chance to win. If it wasn't for an absolutely horrendous handling call against them, they would have drawn Real Madrid in the first game.
They would.
I mean, the referees just handed Real the win there. I mean, it was a terrible call.
I think Marseille are going to get through. I think this is going to be goals. This has got goals all over it. I think Sporting, now that they've lost Gyökeres, of course, they haven't been sort of firing as they have been. I think this has got like 3-4-0 written all over it. This is going to be an absolute thriller. And I think
4-2 to Marseille. I think they're going to concede some, but it's going to be but 4-2 for me on this one.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Well, Qooligan, that takes us through Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Interesting fixtures on time as well. Look at that. So in that case, we should be back. We will be back this week as well because we have an MLS catch up as well.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some MLS stuff now that the playoffs are coming up. It's going to be exciting.
Nice. And then we'll be back again on Thursday to do more Premier League stuff because, my goodness, it's just coming thick and fast, the games. It really is. God bless the international breaks being over and back into the rhythm of things, right?
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I agree.
All right. Qooligan, as always, until next time, thank you.
Peace.